But
absolutely.
Yeah, the Kitover takeover is in full effect.
This title works for after Anson's room, though, right?
Yeah, I like it. What do you guys think? Anson dropping that F-bomb at the end, that was pretty powerful, huh?
It was unexpected for sure.
Yeah, that was cool. He shut down MG for the foul language and then dropped an F-bomb of his own at the end. I thought that was pretty cool. Anson's becoming my favorite senior on this app. I think he's got a wisdom and he's got patience, but he's also what people don't expect is, yeah, he's willing to be a little messy, and you don't expect it coming from him. And when he does it, it's amazing. I wonder why B-Master's not coming up. I don't know how we can have an anarchist room without Bima coming up. Maybe she'll think about it. Bima, are we getting along better these days? Okay, yeah. I've been told by my friends that I've been too harsh on you, so I'm walking it back. I too can learn. So you have friends on this app that are mutual friends of mine that have asked me to be kinder to you. So there it is. All right, let's get some people up here. I'll start inviting people.
I stepped off into my other room when Anson supposedly dropped this F-bomb. What was he referring to when he said it?
Well, first he apologized to MG for tone policing him for using profanity, and then he indicated that, hey, we all cuss sometimes, fuck. And it was a very senior version of the F word, but it was unexpected and it was good. It's kind of like if you're watching network television and they drop like a curse word that you weren't anticipating. It just has much more impact than people that utilize the word all the time. It was probably the most impactful way of using the F word since yesterday when Abdul typed it in the chat.
Today's room title was not in competition with Gary Baumgarten's room, was it? Because I didn't see his room.
It was not. And if it ever is in the future, it'll just be a coincidence. Anson and I have discussed, and we think that it was important to kick it off. It was kind of a shot across the bow to them, but this thing can live on its own. It's its own thing. It's different enough. In fact, if you think about the format, it's the fact that there is a dialogue that goes back and forth with the people that are on the stage, the fact that the chat is open on Clubhouse as opposed to on Facebook, those alone are differences. Not to mention the diversity of thought in the room. These polls that we've had, we've done these rooms now we've done 3 of them, and each poll has been very close, meaning that it's not an echo chamber, which some people would accuse the other room of being.
When I hear TDS, if it sounds effeminate and it sounds angry or frustrated or full of anxiety, and you ask someone, what's one thing that Donald Trump's done that you like or approve of, or even suggest? I mean, it's like an attitude about, no kings, resist always, Orange Man bad. It's very rare you'll hear like a breakthrough, therapeutic session for some type of TDS, individual. I mean, I like to call it therapy for Democrats or therapy for liberals because I don't know. I mean, talk therapy and creating dopamine by talking about Trump for some people seems to be their fascination. Who's that pseudo intellectual guy? What's his face? Part of the Dark Horse philosophers, Sam, or what is his name?
Sam Harris.
Sam Harris. I heard him do a podcast and somebody edited, all the Trump slips that he made in like a multi-hour review. And you're like, holy shit, this guy talks about Trump nonstop. That's like a example of TDS.
I also want to thank people that participated in the poll that we had earlier in the month, where we were asking about the best moderated spaces on Clubhouse. The options were politically correct, healthy debates, in the muff, or chillism. And in the muff had 2/3 of the vote by the time we closed down the polling. And the other three were pretty close, tying for second. So look, nobody had to finish last. Everything else finished second, but 2/3 of the people thought that this is the best moderated space. And I would say that I'm probably the thing that kept us from getting 100% of the vote. If I were to just get out of the way and allow beautiful women like Dippity and Scarlett to lead the efforts of moderation in this space, I think we might have got 100%.
Aww.
Now we need a topic. I'm going to go ahead and create a poll because I think those are fun. I'm glad that Christy enjoyed the last room in the rational discussion group. Hopefully she can spread the word to people that are looking for good conversation on this app. So Christy, if you could spread the word, we would appreciate it. We'd like to have more Christys in the audience listening to these rooms. And Ikema, you were holding your own. You and Brad going back and forth. No personal attacks. Just going back and forth. It was great. It was beautiful. Thanks for the participation.
You know what else I've noticed about echo chambers or eco chambers is that there's an eventual implosion that happens in the discourse where so much toxicity, so much negativity, so much hate speech eventually tips the ship. And then the party starts again. It's kind of like, you'd have to watch it to kind of notice the tipping point in a room where people actually can't listen to negative linguistics for that long and so much toxicity. So, sometimes they'll start playing a song and sometimes the song is, I will vote for Donald Trump. And it's like this African tune came out of Africa about a bunch of Africans who supposedly like Donald Trump. And it's a real music video called I Will Vote for Donald Trump. I don't know what country it's from, but in the politically correct room, they seem to use it as like a backdrop to clean up the messiness, you might call it.
Sorry, I got a message from Anson. Tomorrow's room, which I will not be able to attend, is going to be about K through 12 education. I don't have a title yet, but he wants to identify the problems with K through 12 education and ask the question, how do you fix it? So for those that care about education, maybe Joe B would consider participating in that. That'd be fun. I'm gonna get a poll going. Guys, give me a moment. Oh, welcome, Nye. I like how Nye has emerged as the app's default moderator when people are looking for that balanced approach. It's going to be a blessing and a curse to be that middle, that neutral person. I know that you caught some strays today because of it, but I thought you did a good job. Mediator. That's what Bree says.
Yeah, no, there was no way I was going up on that stage.
Yeah, well, somebody has to do it. If I'm the go-to moderator, mediator, not moderator, mediator of the fuckery, it's a hat that I wear occasionally. Cray and I have battled before, but when I left the room, he and I had a nice little cute discussion in the back channel. We settled our grievances. We're not fighting. We're not enemies. And, we've had heated exchanges before. And I'm glad we reached some common ground. So going forward, we might be cool. Maybe we'll see. Hopefully.
With a desert. So here is a tent and enough food. I want you to cross that small area and come back. Tell me by line. You know how to use a better compass. Yes. Anything else I should know? Beside the worms of the Harkonnens, beware of the spiders.
Oh, Steve Wee's here? Oh, he left. Damn it.
Not the big ones.
We needed to get his thoughts.
But the little ones.
Bringing Brad up.
To worry about.
We've got a poll up for everyone to vote upon. Which house or clubhouse is the most entertaining? We have chillism, healthy debates, politically correct, or in the muff. If you've got another option, you could always comment in the chat. We do read those.
Clearly, this club. I had someone say to me today 2 things. People were like, "Y'all might not find this funny." Someone said to me they popped into this house for the first time yesterday during the Grand Crash Out, and they left clutching their pearls to the point where they went on TikTok and talked about it to a mutual friend who was hosting a room. And that mutual friend who has been in this room, they have sparred with JB and they have sparred with Brad. And that person said, if you ever find 9 on this app with white men named Brad, JB, or Mojo, get your popcorn ready, because it's going to be wild. And I thought that was hilarious. A perfect, accurate response to this house, healthy debate, in any room that Brad pops in.
Wait a minute. TikTok from Clubhouse? Wow.
Right?
Oh, you guys have, some of you don't in the audience, you have issues, man. Holy shit. I'm glad he is single male can disrupt the entire cheat you have in your entire life that you enjoy with another platform to try to come up with some diabolical plan to insert kryptonite into this stupid man. Just saying.
Yeah, you know the person, Brad. When you were in my room 2 weeks ago, remember you and Mo were going at it in the chat. He gave you a hard time about something I was doing. But, yeah. Then he ran JB out of that same room.
I miss the old Clubhouse days where it was just Clubhouse and I could just pack up, political different points and then just kind of have those debates. Have my military brothers and sisters all kind of check in or call, go to healthy debate, listen to Kelly excoriate and rip the testicles off a bunch of guys who thought that they were going to be big daddy to that, and Roger just laughing in the background because he knows what's about to happen. I miss those fun days. Today was not necessarily fun. It was just, it was boring. I'm just going to say, it's not my best work. I apologize, Roger. I did not give you my best work today.
No, your best work came when you offered an apology to Shirley, and I appreciated that. I think, as you and I have discussed, I am highly entertained with a lot of your rants. There are some things that you say that I find of other people, but I feel that you could communicate better because I've seen you do it. And I hope that in the future, the enemies that you duel with are enemies that it makes sense to have a duel with. And so I really appreciated you for offering that apology to Shirley, and I appreciated her gracious acceptance and forgiveness. And I'm glad that the force is been reestablished. Yeah, we're balancing the force.
I will say this: my best work was really against the great person. I think that was the one that I went hands down. And of course, Goat or whatever moniker he goes by these days. I think those were some of my most epic debate challenges on the app, and particularly the day that I took on Isaiah, Goat, and Antoine, the quote minister out of South Carolina. I think the three of them trying to gang pile up on me. I think that was some of my finest work. Like I don't know. That may be my masterpiece. I'm just saying that might be my Mona Lisa.
If only John could have best of Brad.
Wait, did someone say my name? No? Okay.
Oh,
What just happened there? Are you okay?
Best of Brad.
Oh, Mona Lisa. Oh, sorry.
I think that Scarlett. Never mind. I'll keep my confidence.
I do have to hand off XG, the perfect clubhouse lawyer. He was the best. I mean, after I got done excoriating Keegan, they did this quasi court, and I didn't even have to go up. Next year, it was just like, all right, let's get into this. And he took it on and made Keegan look foolish.
Dumb shit he was saying the whole time. It was just fake outrage over shit while having Pepe modded. Like, that's the part that he loses the whole argument over the moral outrage against Pepe modded when he was just talking in the room he's currently in about what's called a story about a black man that was raping a white woman, etc., etc. He described the black man like with his big gorilla hands, with his gorilla blah blah, etc., etc. And then afterwards, describing how he's glad it happened to that white woman and not a white woman that wasn't liberal or leftist, one of those crying bitches, blah blah blah, and all that stuff that was for diversity, etc., etc. So I really don't give a fuck about what he says or has to cry about. But you said morally would go mod up someone like Pepe because he clearly doesn't give a fuck about what gets said.
Psalm 31:24.
Brad, do you recall what you said to Jane yesterday?
Oh, probably something on obesity. I might have called her an Ozempic candidate. I'm not sure.
No, it was worse. It was worse. I don't even want to say it out loud and repeat it, but I'm going to back channel you what was said, and then again, just I'll leave it in your court. You decide. I mean, you probably heard. Her and I have had a lot of discussion, but I thought there was at least one thing that you said that shouldn't be said to any human being, I guess. But I will back channel what it was, and then you let me know if you think that I'm wrong or right, and I'll just leave it right there, and I'll shut up about it.
XG, can I ask you a question there? And again, I said ask. XG, what is your favorite book, or what is a book you've read recently?
My favorite book, or a book that I've read recently?
It's gonna be something about K-pop.
No, my favorite book, period, is Gone Girl. That's a really good fucking book. And let's see, one I've read recently, or the only one that's close to me is the fucking Marx. So, I mean, if Marx counts, sure.
So if you could give me maybe like a Cliff Note edition of Karl Marx, or a brief, summary or compression, what would you like to say about Karl Marx?
Pretty cool dude. lot of people blame for some shit that is not attributed to him. Yeah, that's all I would say. It's a pretty good dude. I like his economics. Some people don't. That's about it.
You know what I like? The quote that I like about Marx the best was the one from his mother. Are you familiar with the biography, the quote from his mom?
Which one are you speaking about?
That she wishes that he spent more time building capital than talking about it.
Yeah.
I think when your mom roasts you because you're a broke hoe and you had to borrow money from her, she was annoyed that her son didn't make more of himself economically. It's actually a great quote. Like if you think about it, like I don't care who you are, if your mom is roasting you, that's pretty fucking bad. I'm gonna send an invite down to Ann Hero. Some days I really like her, and other days I don't. It all depends on the way she behaves. Let me invite her up. Hi, Ann. How you doing?
Hi, I'm blocking you now.
Oh, that's ironic. I just unblocked you. Amazing.
And what's one of your favorite books or a book you've read recently?
Well, as of late, I've just been reading the Bible. I haven't read anything other than that in a little bit. But I do like recommendations.
Is there something in the Bible you recently read that you remember that you enjoyed?
Well, I can share that with you, but it's personal and private.
It looks like politically correct is making a little comeback here in this poll.
Making a comeback, we've always had big rooms and it's like horrendous in there.
But no, I mean, as far as people in this room voting for most entertaining, they're up to 12%.
Poor chillism was only 6%. I went in there the other day. Monica, no disrespect. I know that's your house. But I went in there the other day, Monica, and everybody was screaming over the mic. You could not hear anyone talk, especially Concrete, who's the only voice in there worth listening to.
Chillism. Roger, is that bet still on that you were asking about Monica if anybody had any documentation showing Monica was spreading racist information or posting racist information? What were the terms of that? I forget that. And the dollar amount. I thought it was 500.
It was 500. That bounty has expired. I would consider putting a new one out. The last time this has been brought up, though, was brought up by Rich. The one thing I would just caution people of doing, because I do not like dragging people that are in this house. I have respect for everyone. I want to show mutual respect to everyone. And so when Rich brought it up, I'll just say this. Rich brought it up and said, "Hey, I've got evidence that so and so said this really bad thing," and then right after that being said, two different people put something in my back channel about Rich saying the same fucking thing, but repeatedly on a loop. You can't make these things up, right? And so, Brad, I would just say, if you want to go down this route of accusing somebody of saying bad things, what's going to end up happening is people are then going to send me the audio clip of you saying those things. And I just don't want to, I would rather save the embarrassment for everybody. And just, why can't we just move forward and acknowledge that all of us have done and said things on this app that we probably regret, and we should just move forward.
But that's because you're allowed to regret the things that they say, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think a lot of people should regret the things they say before kicking out the hornet's nest. I have said terrible things to people. I will own that. And you will probably get a listing of all of those things. I doubt you will get a listing of all the people in